get it. Welcome back to Kickin with CoolKicks.
Yes, sir.
The #1 podcast in the world. Maybe number 7, actually. We got a special guest today. We got my good dear friend.
We got a
real legend in the building. We got
legend.
Malkova. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Another day.
Thank you for taking the time, honestly, to come do this with us. You've been supporting us. You shopped with us a bunch of times. Now you're here with us doing this. Thank you.
Yeah,
Seriously,
thank you for
man.
inviting me. I actually love podcasts.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been filming a lot of podcasts for other people, or?
Not lately. I took a little break.
Oh, nice.
I did a lot at the beginning of the year, but if I'm being honest, as much as I love them and I feel like the clips did really well, like I always get asked the same questions over and over and over again.
Like what kind of questions?
Just very like sexual questions, and I don't know. It got kind of old for me.
It does.
Yeah.
We're gonna switch it up.
But feel free to ask me.
We are, but we're gonna switch it up.
Good.
So what have you been up to? I haven't seen you in like some months. I used to see you working out at the same gym. What have you been up to?
Not a whole lot. Like, if I'm honest, like I feel like I don't know. I feel like all of the days kind of blend together this year, and I feel just kind of. I'm being honest.
Be honest. This is the CoolKicks podcast.
I don't know. I feel super lost this year. I just don't know. Like I don't feel like I have structure and I know what to do with my days, and it all just kind of blends together.
Do you feel like the pandemic had a lot to do with that?
Huh?
Like, do you feel like the pandemic had a lot to do with that?
No, I think what happened is I separated from my ex last December, and then I also moved to LA. So we were very like entwined business-wise. He like did a lot for me as my photographer, videographer, you know, etc. And I also lived in a different state for 3 years. So coming back out here, it was just, I guess, a whole new learning experience. Mm-hmm. Like doing everything differently.
From scratch by yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Where were you previously? Before LA, at least.
I was in Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You had that crazy house. I remember that story you told me about.
Yeah, it still is called the Black Bear Castle, but it was like a $3.9 million mansion modeled after a castle.
No way. In Oregon?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
It was in Portland.
So what is your day consist of nowadays? Like what are you working on? Are you doing OnlyFans? Are you still a part of the adult industry? Like what's going on?
I feel like I do. So I try to do a bit of everything. So I guess honestly, I'm streaming a lot. Or like
Twitch?
Oh, I'm so lame. Twitch. But like for the most part, I'm just hanging around the house, like shopping or organizing and playing with my dogs.
That's fun. There's nothing
There's
wrong with
nothing
that.
wrong with that. Yeah, it's like a little reset. Do you feel like when you were in Oregon, that was the best place for you for business at the time, or?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
The only thing was having help. Like that was what was really good, is because I feel like I'm trying to be on every platform. I'm trying to be on OnlyFans, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. So like I'm just always stressed and behind on content.
Do you feel like one platform kind of like is better for you than the other ones? Like, is there a specific one that you would say is a lot more popular for you and your industry, I guess you can say?
Yeah, OnlyFans and Instagram.
Those are the best
seem to
ones.
be the best ones for me. Yeah.
Those are the best ones for monetization, I'm assuming too.
OnlyFans.
Right?
That's
OnlyFans.
like the only one I monetize.
Let's talk about OnlyFans, man. How much are you making me off OnlyFans? Give us a rough ballpark. Is it $100,000 a month? Is it $5 a month? Is it $1 million a month?
So this month I made $285.
Wow.
Sick.
Two what?
Welcome, Roger, to the podcast.
What's up, Raj? Welcome, man.
She's not talking about $285. Let's elaborate on that. How much?
What's zeros? How many zeros is that? Man, make the zeros make sense. $285,000.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm in the wrong field, dog.
Yeah.
Well, CoolKicks OnlyFans coming soon. Managed by me and Malkova.
You know what's crazy? There are many girls who are making over $1 million a month.
Jesus.
I think who did I talk to recently? Maybe Sky Bree.
Yeah. I think she makes $500,000.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
A month.
A month.
Jesus, bro.
So what does that consist of? Like, how much of your time is allocated in OnlyFans? Are you posted daily? Like, how does OnlyFans work? I'm not too familiar with it.
I do post daily, but at the same time, I sell a lot of old content because I'm no longer shooting boy-girl scenes. So like I have this like vault from 3 years of things that I've shot that are boy-girl. So there's a lot of people joining daily. I do have really, really good traffic. So I just resell the same scenes to a lot of to people who have never seen them before.
Wow, $285K.
Yeah.
So that's roughly even 4 or 5 million a year. So what are you doing with this money? Are you investing? Like, what are you doing?
Is it 4 or 5 million a year?
200. Oh no, 2.3 million maybe roughly. 200K times 12 months is what?
It's like
2.8
it should
million.
be like
Yeah.
3.6 almost. Yeah.
Enough money.
Well,
a
there's
lot. Yeah.
there's
It's a lot,
taxes for one.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
There's
Yeah.
taxes. I do have like employees, so I have a lot of people like helping me like run things and dish out like content and stuff like that. And then I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with the rest of the money. I don't know where it goes.
How fun.
I don't have good spending
Partying.
habits. I don't cook. I don't clean for myself.
Right.
So it's all Uber Eats and Postmates.
That's a lot of
so you're
money,
not
bro.
spending, like, you're not saving. Are you doing any investments?
I am saving. Yeah, I'm definitely saving, and I just want like a really, really good cushion so that I feel like, because obviously in my head, like I do have a shelf life. There's only X amount of time, one, that I'm going to be relevant or look good enough to, be able to.
That's so real that you said that.
It's true. Yeah.
It is true, but also like who knows how long OnlyFans is gonna last? Like the platform can go down any day. Like it did, I think, almost last year
Recently,
maybe.
yeah, like-
They were trying to ban like pornography altogether on the
Yeah.
platform. So you just never know. So I'm trying to get a cushion. I'm not trying to invest in much, other than I do have like a log cabin in Oregon, like right on the
That's
river.
cool.
I am putting a lot of money into that just to like renovate and kind of make it like a dream vacation home. But everything else, I'm just trying to save.
So outside of like OnlyFans, what other sources of income are you so you're not doing boy girl scenes no more, like the porn stuff, adult?
Don't look
Are
like
you
she
doing
need to
that, or
do
you're
much
not doing
outside of.
Not doing that,
outside
no.
of
Was there a reason? Was there a reason why you decided not to do that?
Yeah, I started dating somebody earlier this year, and it was the only person who I've dated since I joined the adult industry who's not in the adult industry in any sort of way. So even early on, he was cool with it and saying I don't want to like interfere. But honestly, I felt like, I don't know, it felt wrong to me. I didn't want a bunch of people kind of trolling him on the internet, calling him like a cock and all that. Like it can be really harsh.
Do you feel like it like
And I will also say, I still make X amount of money, so it wasn't exactly a terrible sacrifice.
Right.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It makes
So
sense.
you said dated, so you're single now?
No.
Are you still with him, the same dude? Oh, nice. So how does that? How does he feel about all this?
He doesn't mind.
I wouldn't mind
Like
either. You bring home
OnlyFans?
$285,000.
No, he doesn't care at all.
Do
He
you,
buys
baby.
it from me when he travels.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's like in
Man,
there buying shit. I'm like, I'll just send it
if
to
I was,
you. What are
if
you
I was him, I'll
doing?
just FaceTime you on the spot.
That's
How
crazy
is that
though.
dating though? Like, how is that dating somebody that's not in the industry? Like, what's the how is it dating somebody that's in the industry and somebody that's not in the industry? Like, what's the difference that you notice?
God.
Right, exclusivity, right?
I mean, sort of, huh?
Exclusivity is actually, that is a yeah, that's the biggest thing, because I've only been in really 3 relationships in my adult life, and my ex-husband was a porn star, so we
Wow.
were both like shooting with other people all the time. And then my previous boyfriend, he was a photographer director, but he didn't believe in monogamy, and I didn't either when we first started dating. But honestly, like as it went on, I was more and more like, this ain't cool. I don't like this. Like, let's close it off. And he,
I feel like
he
that's
kind
the
of
new
wasn't
dialogue and
about
stuff
it.
though. Like monogamy is not really sought after no more. Even just for like a lot of richer guys and stuff like that, they don't really push monogamy no more.
It depends on the person. Like, I still believe that like, you can be in an open relationship and be happy, but I also think it just depends on who you are, who you're with, and what time of life you're in. Like, it can work for you 1 year with one person, it cannot work for you like after that.
Yeah, true.
With like being in that industry, right? And my question, I guess, would be, does it take away from, since it is like what you do on a day-to-day basis, I guess, does it take away from like the emotion or like what sex is to you, like
Not
just
at
with you and
all.
your partner?
No, it's never done that to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's never done that, because a lot of the time when I would shoot with other people, especially when I first got in the industry, I was like very hypersexual. So I was happy to just have sex with everybody. I was just kind of a slut.
Get it in.
And then like as the years rolled on, I became more picky, but then I would I would choose who I would work with. So a lot of the time I was very, very authentic in my scene. So I was there because I wanted
like,
to,
use
because
that
I
yeah,
enjoyed.
attraction and
You
doing
choose what you
you're
wanted to
doing.
do, right?
Yeah, and plus it just made it easier if I was just being authentic and like having a nice time. You know,
Right.
it went by faster.
Yeah, that makes
I have a
sense.
question. Since you're in the industry, what is considered a high body count to you?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
That is a very good question.
Man, you not do this for a living.
That's a good question.
Oh God,
That's tough.
for like somebody not in the industry,
Yeah, someone not in it. Or regular or Joe Schmo on the street.
50 and above would be high.
Yeah. Because it's hard to like, well,
Because I mean, well, I don't know. All
Well,
I can
for
say as far
150
as
for
like
girls,
like
50
a
for
like a
guys, yeah.
sexual libido as a woman, if I go like 2 weeks without sex, I'm like, fuck, this sucks. You know,
Oh,
and
damn.
you're single. I'm not always in a relationship, so like they're looking for friends with benefits. They're looking for hookups. They're just like you. Like
Yeah.
they need to have sex. It's like an internal biological thing.
So I know. Go ahead.
do you feel like a man with 50 bodies and a woman with 50 bodies is the same thing in correlate? Like, is it the same thing in your opinion?
As far as like culture goes, no. Cause like your mentality is very common. Is like it's okay for one thing, but you want like men want a woman who hasn't been around. Like a woman with 50 bodies is considered a slut, whereas a man is just a
I wanted
guy.
to talk about that. I feel like a
I
guy
don't
who
say slut. I
have sex
say,
with 50 different women, and he's like praised upon. He's like, oh damn, he gets off.
Yeah.
Girls love him, but if a
Yeah.
girl does it, she's a slut.
Yeah.
And sometimes hate that.
I feel like
I
it's,
don't call it
it's,
slutty. I call it experience.
I just think it's wrong.
I
like,
still call
'cause
it
it's like,
slutty, but I like sluts.
Yeah.
No wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it. Though. That's my thing. It's like people like sex. Some people like sex more than
And
others.
plus,
So
sex is
Yeah.
just like
You can't
super
really-
cultural now. Like,
I also say someone who hasn't been around and isn't experienced, probably it doesn't have that high of a sex drive, so they're not going to be super fun.
oh wow, yeah, not your type then, huh?
Something to think about.
When did you get in the industry? Like, what year was this?
2012?
What is that? That's almost. Damn, you've been in the industry for a decade. You're
10
always
years.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
You've been ranked the top of the top. Well, I think what was your peak at all time high? Like the number one porn star, top three. What were you in the industry?
I think top 3, maybe.
Top three.
And, we're talking about Pornhub, right?
Yeah, Pornhub, yeah.
Yeah, top 3.
That's,
And then I stayed in the top 5 pretty
For
much
a
my
minute.
whole career.
Yeah.
Now I'm in top 8, but to be fair, like I said, I haven't shot for a company in over 5 years.
So how's that even really determined? Like by the people you work with, directors, different agencies.
Oh, well, it's Pornhub, so it goes off of like
Views and
who's
stuff like that?
Yeah, views. Who's looking you up? Who's viewing you? Like who's the most popular on the platform?
So when you started in 2012, how did your parents or family friends or close friends react to that? Like you telling them you're about to go be on TV and shoot adult film, like, how did they react?
I will just say, I was a very different person 10 years ago. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't even
definitely.
recognize myself. But I thought it was exciting. Like I liked the idea of doing something that a lot of people considered taboo. And my mom at first was not about it. She was like saying, oh, it's like prostitution, etc. But I was also 19. So I was just kind of like, well, I'm going to do it. Get over it.
Oh, that's crazy. And then being in the industry the last 10 years, like how often do they make you take all these STD tests? And from what I heard, porn stars are the cleanest because they have to get checked so frequently.
Yeah, we when I first got in for the first couple years, it was you had to have a clean test every 28 days.
Damn.
28
But
days.
after a couple of years, it went to every 14 days. So every 10 days, if you're working regularly, you have a needle in your arm and you're getting, tested for STDs.
Oh, what you be-
STDs still do happen. They do happen because within that 2-week period, whoever you're working with, they're tested in that 2-week period, but whoever they're sleeping with on the side or whatever,
But
you don't know
damn,
what they're doing
like,
or what
are
the
you
people
doing
they're
to be a
sleeping
porn
with are
star
doing.
and then have more sex on the side and
Well,
then
that-
go work.
Yeah, that's what I was asking before though, and what she was saying
It's
is
a
like
lot, though.
some people have partners, so it's like they like having
Yeah.
sex. They go
Yeah, true,
work,
true.
have
That's
sex.
just
but
scary.
then-
You ever had a scare in your life before?
A scare?
Yeah.
Not really. I've never been worried about HIV or anything like that. I've had chlamydia.
That's common though. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, right? That's bacteria. Yeah.
I've had those too.
That's just scary.
Well, that doesn't scare me because you just take a couple pills.
Hey man.
And get an injection.
I mean, I don't want it.
Right.
I don't want it, but I'm saying it's never.
No,
It's
no.
just like a damn what an inconvenience to my day.
But that's not like high in the industry though, right?
No,
Right,
no,
right. Especially
no.
14
I
days.
only, in 10 years, I've only had like 3 or something like that.
What about a
Nothing
pregnancy
crazy.
scare? You ever got pregnant by accident?
On set?
On set, yeah.
No, thankfully. And I wasn't on birth control for a really, really long time. I used
Yeah.
the pull-out
What
method
the-
for years.
Your pull-out game A1 then.
Wait, so did they make y'all take birth control or anything like that?
Not
Like
for a
for-
really long time, no.
Really?
The only time that I've like used birth control was when like say an ex would be like cream pieing me, and then I feel bad talking about
Nah,
that.
you good.
No, it's all good, man.
That's
It's a
crazy.
safe place.
So speaking of kids, do you want kids?
Yeah,
How many kids do you want?
2.
Your time's coming out. Like, when do you
Yes,
plan?
I know. I want to freeze my eggs next year.
Oh, you do?
I do, yeah.
Wow.
And
So
then
you feel like your partner now is like who you can see having kids with, maybe?
No, I don't.
Jeez. Hope you
Jeez.
don't watch this.
Hold up.
Hope you don't see this,
So
my
what are you
boy.
dating him for if you don't plan on having kids with him and married and stuff?
because I see potential. Right now we're still dating and we love each other a lot and there's potential there. But no, I'm not like it's still very, very new. So no, I'm not
Hey,
sure.
dude, what's your saying?
Like,
You know if you go marry somebody within the first month or something like that? You used to say?
I pick vibes up quick. Well, within the 30 days, I feel like she has a chance to be a potential.
Right.
see,
Yeah.
potential.
Yeah, potential.
Yeah.
How long have you been dating?
Huh?
How long have y'all been dating?
10 or 11 months.
Oh yeah, that's
it's-
so
it's-
early.
It's so early, and then
That's
it's
super
been
early.
kind of rocky too because he's traveled so much during that time that we've been dating. So
What does
it's
he do,
like
if you don't mind us asking?
he's a Twitch streamer.
Oh, sick. That's
Okay.
fire. So did he get you into doing a lot of your Twitch streams and stuff like
No,
that?
I was doing it before.
Okay.
I've been doing it for a couple of years.
Is
I
that how
just
you guys
really
met?
like games.
Is that how you guys met, or?
Kind of. I went on somebody's stream that he was on and staying at their house. They're like in the same org.
Okay.
And then I met him over New Year's.
So you're financially stable. For a couple, how is it a 50-50 split? Like, let's say you and your guy go out on a date 100 times. How many times should he be paying? How much times should you be paying?
I have a credit card that has like an $18,000 limit, and I put everything on the credit card, and then we just split the credit card at the end of the month. So it's all
Oh,
50
okay.
50.
So it's like
That's
a
dope.
date night card.
That's dope,
type
actually.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's dope.
Oh, that's
That
pretty
way it's
dope.
just all fair.
It's different. I haven't heard some like that approach to it. Actually.
No, for
So
sure,
it's very
actually.
different. That's dope. And they just
So like the first couple of dates, you were just like, we just split this later or something, or the first
Not
dates.
the first
he
couple
would-
dates.
I'm
That's
just
like
curious.
that's
I mean-
after you're dated. That's after you're
Right,
together.
right.
But we honestly started dating like seriously very quickly.
Okay.
I think it was only a week, and during that week we were taking turns paying.
Okay. So what made you like realize like I can date this guy? What was the spark about it that you were just like, yeah, I can date this guy?
Oh, I was just crushing on him really hard. Like I
looks.
really enjoyed
And what
spending
happened
time
if his
with
sex
him.
was bad though? What would
I
happen?
wouldn't be crushing on him
And
anymore.
you, oh, that's just a deal breaker for y'all.
That's a
for
deal
real?
breaker, of
Jeez.
course. It's like no, we're just friends.
Hope y'all hear that. If y'all sex is bad, you're not getting her.
I know you said like you feel like OnlyFans and like these kind of platforms are like you never know what the longevity really is. What do you see for you next? Like what do you want to be doing?
Honestly, I feel like I'm going to be in some form of media for at least another 10 years.
Okay.
Like, I know I have time, but my goal really is to set myself up so that in 10 years I could almost retire if I wanted to. Because I will be honest, I got into the industry when I was 19. Like, I did drop out of high school. Like, I just have my GED. I never went to college. I don't have any other work skills. I've never
Right.
been, I've never done like a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
So
We're on the same boat.
I'm making, X amount of money right now. I've been a porn star. What am I going to do after? I'm like, I better like save my money
I feel like
and
that's
retire.
common, like for girls wise in the industry. I feel like they've started really early and like with like big eyes, like, and then this later is like, what do I do now? Like,
Yeah.
That's good. You have a plan though.
No, save money and invest. That's my advice to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to retire in 10 years, the money that you invest today.
I like the idea of investing in properties.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
a
properties.
safer investment. What I like to do is like invest in tech companies. It's a bigger risk but bigger reward.
Yeah.
So like imagine TikTok 5 years ago, you never heard of it, right? Imagine if you had to invest early in TikTok, you could retire tomorrow.
That's very smart. But the way that I work is like I don't pay attention to things that I'm not interested in. So
Right.
like I'm not going to learn a bunch on tech companies and investing because it
What-
doesn't interest me.
What interests you?
I like properties. I like homes. Like I like really unique homes and like beautiful properties. So that I could see myself just putting my money towards that.
This is probably a good time to buy too because the interest rates are high and the
Yeah.
property prices are going lower.
If you could live anywhere other than LA, like to settle down, where would you live?
Oh, that's a great question.
I'm going to Denver.
Denver. Why Denver?
Why Denver?
Denver's nice. Colorado's nice.
I've never
You
been.
get 4 seasons.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, and that housing market's really nice out there too.
I would-
and the surrounding areas are nice.
Does
man.
it have
You got
enough
the Rocky
city
Mountain
though?
in the back.
Like city, good places to
Denver's
eat.
actually a big city though,
Yeah.
but the
I've never
suburb
been.
areas are really nice, like Aurora, Centennial, all those nice. You have colleges there, good sports.
I
I
think-
think all 4 teams.
Well, personally, I would go to Virginia. That's where I was born and raised, and it's like a super family-oriented lifestyle. Like I feel like LA is just super like social media heavy, and I
It
feel
is,
like
yeah.
if I were to raise a family in LA, like I don't want my kids to get lost and like do dumb shit. So I think if I were to be in a smaller town, like be raised the way I was raised, I think that would probably be the best bet for me.
Yeah.
Or San Diego. I love San Diego. San Diego is so
San Diego-
beautiful on the
Oh,
water.
I
Nice.
love San Diego.
San Diego is really
Yeah.
nice. I could see myself selling there.
That's the thing for me too. I feel like it would probably be California, regardless, like somewhere along the coast. I love the water, so it's like anything where beach, calm. It's just calm, peaceful for me. So
Yeah.
I like that kind of vibe. So I'd be like Cali, or maybe like on the East Coast, but something by the water too.
That's kind of where my head's at. Like Cali, but on the water, or
Mm-hmm.
East Coast.
There's just so much opportunities in LA. Like there's so many pros and cons of being in LA. Like obviously the bad is like the bad, but then the good is like the networking and
Yeah.
meeting individuals that can
Unlimited possibilities.
make you
here.
millions of
Yeah.
dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Networking is very important in LA. Where would you settle down at?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I've been trying to think. Like, I want to stay here for at least another year, but, you know, the next home that I go into, I want to be settled for a long time. So I am thinking more like either San Diego or somewhere on the East Coast. I don't know. I have to
Do you
think
feel
about
like
it.
so your career started what 10 years ago? You would say. Do you feel like you weren't able to take as much of an advantage from it because social media wasn't as powerful 10 years ago versus like
Good question.
now where these creators are making so much so
Yeah.
fast?
I'm not too worried about that. I think I'm very grateful that I was already established when it came about, when it had its boom. Because now, like, sexy, beautiful girls, like,
Come and go.
yeah, they're everywhere.
That's true.
Like,
Right,
Yeah.
Turned
You
it
know?
up for y'all,
And
man.
now we can see it better than ever. Now we have so many ways of seeing
That could
it.
actually
there's like
benefited
gorgeous,
you.
yeah, there's gorgeous women who just aren't getting any sort of exposure because everyone's gorgeous on
Right,
social media.
right.
I already had an established brand, so like my content gets pushed because people already know who I am. I just feel very
I was just
grateful.
talking about someone recently. I think it was a rapper, but like social media, it blows people up fast, but it also
It
gets you out of the
ends people
algorithm
too.
fast
Yes,
too.
'cause
Like
Yeah.
short form
Attention spans.
content,
It's
extension
attention
spans.
spans. Yeah.
There's too many artists out there. There's too many OnlyFans girls out there.
Yeah.
But like people will know you because you've been doing it longevity.
Yeah.
You've been like in the industry for so long. People are gonna know you. But like these new people are gonna just come and go.
But that's like modern day celebrity too, though. That's like celebrities we know are just from way before social media, and they have a longer tenure of just in the game and stuff. But the people that blow up overnight just off views,
They disappear
they
overnight.
disappear next
Yeah.
year.
I hear like all these rappers that are one hit wonders. That shit that happens to them all the time.
Bro, I feel like TikTok when it comes to that is like the worst when it comes to that. People blow up legit for a day, get a couple million like views, and then next week it's just like, who's
all.
this person?
Yeah.
What they at? What they doing?
Even for me though, when I say that I always feel like I'm low on content, it is because like the internet does have such a short attention span. So if
Yeah.
you're not constantly putting yourself in front of somebody on their For You page, they're going to forget about you and move on to the next person.
For sure.
So like it's just like a constant like battle.
What do you think really separated you from like everybody else that was doing the same thing as you? Obviously.
I think one, I really loved what I was doing. Like I said, I was very sexual, so I was just having a good time. I wasn't there because I was like, oh my, like it's a business, it's a career. I was literally just young and dumb and having fun. And then I don't know. I think I had a really I got along with a lot of people. I had like a good attitude. So and also I sold really well. Like I could do like flexible things. So people just kept wanting to work with me and booking me.
That's dope.
Do you have any regrets? So I've interviewed a couple former adult stars and they regret it.
No, not the adult industry. I don't regret. There's like certain things that I've done on camera that I'm embarrassed about. But as far as no.
Tell us. What's up?
so
You raised
embarrassing.
So what?
This is a safe place.
Yeah, it's just us.
No, it's
Tell
really
us.
bad.
It's okay.
It's really
okay.
bad.
It's okay.
But that,
Trust me.
what you
Trust
think
me,
is
I've
really
done
bad
some
might
embarrassing
not
things.
really be that bad to
No,
like.
it's
Nah,
not.
it's opposite. If she thinks it's bad, then it's really bad.
It's bad.
She's the
Hey,
pro here.
bro, if she think it's bad, then
She's the expert.
Well, it is a safe place if you want to share. If not, it's okay.
I mean, it is on the internet, but it embarrasses me talking about it. But
Okay.
basically, when I first got into the industry, I was 19, and my mom was afraid for me to go to a scene by myself. So she was like, let me drive you, and then I'm going to go in, check it out, make sure everything's safe. I'm like, fine. She gets in there. She's like, really getting along with the guy. Like, she's like, oh, my God, this is so cool. I've never been on a porn set. Like, she got just really excited. And he's like, you want to be an extra? And she was like, yeah, sure. So I ended up doing a blowjob scene with my mom as an extra in the same room.
Wait.
And that was when I was 19.
Wow.
That's actually pretty nuts.
And
I'm
I
not
will
gonna lie.
say afterwards, like, I did feel wrong. It was like a sick feeling in my stomach. Like,
Right.
that was wrong. But I kind of like brushed it off. Like, not that big of a deal. Like, me and my mom are friends. Like, she's always been very open with me. And she was literally my best friend at the time. But like, as the years went on, I'm like, oh, like, boundaries were blurred. Like, that was fucked
I'm not
up,
gonna lie, that
you
was
know?
pretty wild.
And then it's on the internet
wild.
forever.
Of course.
So
yeah.
speaking of that, you obviously plan on getting married and having kids one day. Does that cross your mind that one day like your kids are gonna grow up and they can like search you and people might bully them and like talk shit about you? Do you ever think about that?
It definitely does, yeah. And I talk about this to my Twitch chat actually, I think yesterday, because a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't have kids, like, because of your past. But the way that I see it, I don't know. Is it bad that I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal?
It's not because
I really
this is
don't
the
think
same
it's
thing
gonna
we were
be
that
talking
big
about.
of a deal
Attention
for
spans for
them.
people are so small that they're 20 years from now, people aren't gonna be thinking about
Even within a week,
this,
like you could do something
Yeah.
bad and the TMZ posts it. Like in a week, people forgot about it.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of other adult performers, they have, wives and beautiful families. And the issues that they run into are few and far between. Their kids are very, very loved and happy.
Right.
Like, it's just not something. I know that those issues will rise here and there, but it's not something I think that I should avoid having kids over.
Yeah, that one. I
I saw that
wouldn't.
on Twitter recently. Kim K's kid Dream, or what's her name?
North.
North. Yeah, there's some kids I guess were trying to like bully her or something. I've seen something on
That's
it on
Kim
Twitter
K, though.
about it. But that is Kim K, and
Yeah, at that level of success, how do you really you can't really care that much. I mean,
Yeah,
about
you
what
can't,
people are
man.
gonna
At
say
the end
because
of the
people
day,
aren't
bro,
gonna like
kids
some
are
things you do.
beautiful, bro.
People are gonna like some
Hey,
things you do. It
you
is
were
what it
seeing
is.
a father.
I just recently had a baby. She's 10 months, and it's just
Congratulations.
thank you, but
man.
but
Congratulations.
seriously, it's a beautiful thing. Though. I don't think I don't have like the best past as a person, but I don't think that's gonna steer away from her. And
Yeah.
you know
What you
that
think
this
changed
is
the most
her.
about you, like having your baby? What do you think changed the most?
It's not about you no more.
Yeah.
You know, like you can move certain ways, but now you really can't do that because you have somebody else to take care of, or you got to think for two. Like
Yeah.
this decision might mess me up.
That's
Then what's she
crazy.
gonna do if I can't be there? Like
Mia, what do you think the right age is to have a kid?
25 to 35. I think anything below 25 is, I mean, you can obviously do it, but you're still living, you're still a baby yourself. So I
For
feel like a
sure.
couple years to kind of like season and enjoy your youth and then settle down.
Dating and marriages are like scary nowadays. If you look at the result, like how many divorces really happen, that number is scary. What do you think the reason for all that is? Do you think it's social media? Do you think sex is just too accessible? Like, what's the reason people are cheating and divorces are happening?
So I don't think it's like really, I don't think monogamy is natural. I think in a lot of ways it is, but it's not. Like, we all have wandering eyes. I think biologically men are meant to like procreate with as many women as possible. When you agree to be with just each other, you're agreeing, in my opinion, to resist a lot of
things.
temptations.
Yeah, discipline.
Especially if
Discipline.
you have like these opportunities, like being thrown at you. Say you're like a really attractive guy, or you like have a lot to offer financially. As far as like marriage goes, people change, and I think that the reason that it used to last people used to last a lot longer is because it wasn't socially acceptable. So you used to actually work on the
Right.
hard times, no matter how hard it was.
Yeah.
And it could be even like a really bad situation, like somebody's getting abused, somebody's getting cheated on. They're like, you know, they don't love them, whatever. But in my opinion, it should be okay to leave that. You only live one life, and like some decision that you made 20 years ago shouldn't still have to affect you.
I think technology and social media has ruined everything. Because back in the day, like our parents, they can't, like, say that they argue, you just go to the other room or something, right? Today's era, you can literally go have a dating site or social media and just
Instagram is a
DM
walking
somebody in
dating
seconds.
site, literally.
If you wanted to leave back in the day, you had to go call a cab. If you didn't have a car, now you can just call an Uber and just go to the car.
Another cab, go where?
I know.
Motel 6?
It's just so.
You have
six,
way too much
go to
access
There it
to
is,
like
bingo.
all these other opportunities. Yeah.
That's scary. I feel like when I settle down, as long as it doesn't affect my like monetary like businesses and stuff,
Grinding
I would
and
probably
stuff.
want to like remove myself from social media because I feel like it just brings too much issues.
Yeah,
think so,
I mean, it's also a type of person. I'll
Type
be
of
honest.
person,
Like,
yeah.
I have people in my DMs all the time. I'm just not a cheater. Like, I'm never interested.
So you've never cheated?
No, I've never. Okay.
There we
no,
go.
no, no, no.
Non-work
There we
related.
go.
No,
Non-work
no, no, no,
related.
no.
Non-work related cheating.
No. Here's what happened. I was really, really drunk at an industry party, and like somebody took advantage of me, like when
not
I was there.
good.
And this is like blacked out drunk. And this
Oh,
is
yeah,
and
that's
like
not cool,
my
bro.
husband didn't want to go because he didn't think it was fun, so I was there by myself. So in a lot of cases, you don't let yourself get there. Like
Right,
you have to
right,
protect yourself. But at the same time, somebody did take advantage of me. So I don't consider it cheating, but I do consider like I do have accountability, you know. But I've never maliciously went out to cheat on somebody.
What's considered cheating to you? Because in some people's definitions is like DMing somebody and having back and forth exchanges is cheating.
Yeah, I think that if you're like sexting somebody, you're cheating for sure.
Wow.
If you're like sexting and you're showing them obvious interest, then you're cheating in some form. There are different tiers. So like say if somebody was doing that, you know, it's more forgivable to me than somebody going out and like putting my guy putting his dick in somebody else. But
Is that forgivable for you?
no, fuck that. Well, actually, yeah, I've been cheated on.
I'm about to say, have you been cheated on?
And you took it back?
Yes. Yes.
Come on,
There's
Mia.
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that
There's
though.
nothing wrong with it because, like, I don't think there's
actually
anything
very
wrong
wild.
with it. I think that you're not always ready to give up on that person. Like, and if you come to the conclusion that you're happier with them in your life and you want to give them another shot, then I feel like that's the right move for then.
I feel like
Once
that-
a cheater, always a cheater.
Which
I hope not.
I don't know about always though. People change, bro. You
Nah.
think, bro? So tell me. Okay, let me ask you a question with the orange hoodie on. Have you
Talk to
ever
me.
cheated in your lifetime before?
Yeah, in college.
So you'll always be a cheater, is what you're telling me.
Nah, it depends.
that's
No,
not-
no,
you
no,
can't
no,
say
let me
that.
rephrase
You
it.
just said
Let me
that.
rephrase it. Let me
You talk
rephrase
about
it. Let me
the person, but
rephrase
you
it.
and
Let
that
me
person
rephrase it.
once,
Let me
you
rephrase
probably
it. If it's the same person you're dating,
Yeah.
and then he cheated or she cheated, and then you're back with that person, yeah, that person will change. But the right woman, like say I cheated on my ex, but like my next future wife or whoever it is, I won't maybe cheat on her because the right person can bring the right person out of you. If I said that right.
So you're saying it's relationship to relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
respect that.
timing too. Like when I'm younger, 18, I was naive. I was just dumb.
That's my
As you
thing.
grow older, you're
People grow up,
maturing.
though.
Yeah, you're
That's what I
a completely
think.
different
Oh,
person.
so I'm talking about just more so for that just individual. Once a cheater, always a cheater, just for that individual. I mean,
When they cheat on them
Okay.
once, they're gonna cheat on
They
them
would do
again.
it
Again,
again to
for
the
that
same
same
person.
individual.
So did you get cheated on again after you took him back?
Well, I never caught him, but I'm very confident he did. I caught him in a bunch of other like crazy ass lies.
Wow.
what do you think cheats more, a female or a guy?
Oh, that's yeah.
Because the girls are sneaky as shit.
Yeah,
we
I
already
think-
had this talk, man.
I think a guy does, but I do know a
did?
lot of females who
Nah.
cheat. I do know a lot. Most people I know are cheaters, though.
Do they
Listen,
usually get
dog.
caught?
Like no.
Remember
No,
the
huh?
article I
No.
brought
Yeah.
up? It was like a New York Post article.
And what did it
It's
say?
like proving that women cheat more than men.
Really
Yeah, because due to
believe it.
boredom.
sneaky.
Due to
You
what?
guys are boredom.
Us men are wholesome.
Boredom is crazy.
No, seriously, like just to get bored sexually.
Wow,
Yeah, because they want new experiences. You know what I mean?
that's
Right?
crazy.
I think a lot of the time cheating has to do with like ego and insecurities. You're looking for validation that you're not getting from your partner, or maybe that you just don't have like you need external validation.
I don't know.
Cheating is sad,
Yeah,
especially if you
I
give
don't
somebody
know.
your all. It's probably though. I haven't gone through like a crazy heartbreak. Hopefully, I don't ever have to deal with that. But that shit probably sucks.
Have you been
I
cheated
just
on,
don't-
dude?
Not that I
She
know.
been
of.
married, bro. That's
Yeah.
tough.
Have you been cheated on, Roger?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Or
You
not
think
sure?
so? How do you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, I didn't like go through her phone and walk into her,
feel
like,
you.
you know. But I'm pretty sure it happened. She had a friend,
Yeah,
quotation marks friend,
I feel it.
I
posted
feel
a
like
picture.
everybody
of her.
cheats.
I think everybody's been cheated on.
Oh, that's
Or
sad.
not everybody, but like.
Have you been cheated on? You think
90%.
of? You think
Do I
you've been
think
cheated?
I've been cheated on? Yeah, I'm sure. In my lifetime, I've definitely been cheated on. I'm sure.
I've been
Sad.
What's an open relationship? What was your open relationship like? What is that?
So with my
I'm not really-
ex-husband, he was an adult star. So our relationship was we would film with other people on camera, but off camera we were monogamous. Which he wasn't.
Oh wow.
And then my previous ex, we had an open relationship, but it was all about communication. So like like we wouldn't do anything without discussing it with the other person first and making sure that they were comfortable with it.
And you said, with
Sounds
like
good.
the open relationship, you said was that your ex-husband? You said it was.
That was my ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
boyfriend.
You were married?
She said
Yeah.
she was married.
How long?
4 years,
At what age was this?
20.
20
You're
years
you're
old
married at
and
20 years
married.
old?
Wow.
Wow.
You lived probably like 10 lives so far.
I know.
How long did you know him before you were married to him?
1 year.
One
Oh, you
year.
moved quick.
I was obsessed with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you moved quick. 12 months and you're married to the person?
Yeah. Now I'm terrified of marriage.
Where did you meet him at?
I worked with him.
Oh, you
He
worked
was
with
a
him
porn
and you were
star.
just like, damn.
Yeah.
I need you for life.
And yeah, well, not I need
Well,
you
not
for
life,
life.
but you
I
know what
just,
mean.
yeah.
Marriage
yeah.
is supposed to be for life, technically.
I was very naive and, definitely a little hopeless romantic.
What scares you about marriage now?
Just how naive. I think back to like my thought process when we were married and like, oh, we're gonna be together forever, and I think about like how it ended, and also he didn't want a divorce, so like he was hiding from me for like 6 months, and I couldn't serve him. Like,
Oh, no, that's crazy.
And I'm just so grateful that I'm not stuck in that relationship, but also I just know how things can change within a couple of years.
Were you happy?
There were a lot of moments that I was happy. Like there were a lot of good things about him. He was a lot of fun. He was very, very funny. But it was a very, very toxic relationship. He was like, he had a really bad addiction to blow, and then he also cheated.
Shit.
And also like there were like moments where it was physical.
How do you handle that when you're like your partner is addicted to drugs? Like, does that change a lot of things about the relationship?
I don't know how did I handle it. After like there were a few like after there was a physical thing that happened between us, like I told him, hey, I can see a difference when you do this. Like you're so much more angry and aggravated, and it scares me. Like now it's got to stop. And then that's where like a lot of the lies came in, where he would say, oh, I'm not doing it, like, and swear up and down.
Yeah.
And then I'd find out from other people that he was doing it all the time, type of situation.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not
Are
a
you-
fan of that at all, man.
Are you happy today?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
No, you never
No.
know, because some people
No.
just be going through stuff.
No, I'm being serious. No, I'm not. I'm like so depressed.
Really?
No,
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah, I'm
Why?
so depressed.
What do you feel like causes that? Yeah, what's causing that?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a chemical thing in my brain, but I don't know. I wake up every morning with intense anxiety that like everything I have is just going to be pulled out from under me and I'm going to lose everything. And then I don't know, it's just like life goes by so quickly. I don't have like motivation or energy to do most things most days, and then that further makes me feel like a piece of shit. So I continue being depressed.
Do you feel like you've always felt that way?
No, I go through stages. I've always had depression, but I go through stages where like I'm depressed, and I go through stages where I'm doing really well and I'm feeling really good. But I will say this year has been the longest that I've ever been kind of like low.
Are there any like lifestyle changes you make, like when you feel happier?
Usually if I slow down and I start like putting me first, like say if I decide, okay, I'm gonna journal, I'm gonna get more massages, like I'm gonna like clean and organize, I'm going to spend more time with my puppies or friends, like basically just forgiving yourself and taking it easy, that helps. But that is really, really difficult with, I feel like, the type of industry I'm in, where I feel like if I don't continue like putting
the
myself in
pressure.
front of it, the pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see that.
Advice to you, I would just try to do like either lifestyle change, not stay in your industry, but I would like change your routine, like start having new hobbies. What I started doing was like go to the sauna like 3 times a week, or hot yoga,
Yeah.
or cryotherapy. Stuff like that made me so much happier. Or going to Malibu, drive to Malibu down PC and just
Yeah.
sit by the water and just meditate.
It's baby steps.
Yeah.
It's baby steps. So like I know the first thing that I have to get to that'll make me start feeling better is getting on a better sleeping schedule, waking up earlier so that I have more availability to do things during the day for me and also get work done.
Just always remember, it could be 1,000 times worse. You're alive, you're
Yeah,
happy,
for
you
sure.
make money.
Successful, yeah, you're doing a lot.
Successful.
I'm in a really good position in my life. I know that.
That's
You are,
dope.
man.
So before we end this video, I really appreciate you swinging by. What's your goals for 2023?
My goals. What I always do, honestly.
Turn that 285 to 500.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
double that paycheck.
Yeah, man, turn that to 500. That'd be cool.
Well, I appreciate you swinging by, keep being a real one. I really appreciate everything that you've done. You've always showed us love from the day one. You know what I mean? We got to get you dripped out. I see you got some Panda dunks on.
Yeah, some paisleys. Those are fire.
We got to get you some
Yeah, we gotta get it
new
right.
shoes today. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you.
Man,
To everyone
appreciate
out
you,
there,
man.
make sure to check us out. Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Shout out Vocal Podcast. Shout out QC. We're dropping new episodes every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Make sure to check us out. Mia, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Roger,
Thank you for having me.
John.
Realist.
Love y'all.
For everyone,
Thank you.
thank you for kicking with Cool Kicks. Peace.
Packy OnlyFans coming soon.
OnlyFans Cool Kicks coming soon.